The agenda is approval of the minutes from the November 28th retirement board.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve. Please vote. All right, even I got that correct. Items 2 through 5 are consent agenda items. Do I hear a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the consent agenda. Are there any questions or inputs on it? If not, vote please. Motion carries. Now we go into the departmental items. And number 6, discussion possible action regarding the updated BOK forfeiture account. Miss Carey.
Miss Micah is going to give this report.
Oh, hello.
Good afternoon.
I didn't look up. My bad.
You're okay. This is the forfeiture account as of November 30, with a balance of $1,373,325. We did not have any forfeitures in November, but we know we are going to have 186,000 in December. They were just late posting it. We will have an estimated balance of $1,765,125 at the end of the year.
Questions?
Move to accept.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Just a second. Okay. Cast your vote. Excuse me. All right. All right. Item number 7 is discussion possible action regarding the purchase of a judgment in Torrance Jackson versus Board of County Commissioners, and to the amount of $1 million. This board hopefully would recall that we are frequently offered the opportunity to buy these judgments, and if we have the sufficient dollars in the retirement fund, because they are a good solid investment. Mr. Mark, do we have sufficient dollars in the retirement fund to purchase this? Let the record reflect that Mark Cycle has replied that we do have sufficient money in it. What would be the rate of return? Now, why don't you come up to the microphone, because otherwise DA's going to be back up here again beating me up.
Okay.
No, I'll get in trouble.
5.75.
And then you'll get in trouble.
is the
5.75.
current. But then effective January 1st, or the first day that the Wall Street Journal posts its prime rate, the federal prime rate, we'll have that plus 2%.
Okay, but if this is approved today, so when will the investment actually occur?
Whenever we haven't received the paperwork yet, so conceivably, but 5.75 today, if they say it started today, but effective the first work day of January, we're going to be 7 something.
7 something?
Yeah, because it's prime plus 2%.
What is it? Is it change every 6 months?
No, once a year.
Once a year, and it's going to change on January 1.
Yeah.
Because the rates have gone up.
Yeah.
May I ask, Mark, how much does the county currently have in judgments in that plan,
Uh,
for the record?
It's on our list.
For the record, please.
I don't,
I saw it on there. We have over $2 million in judgments, and this will put us over $3 million in judgments. And that's over half of the assets in the plan.
well, and you're on a 3-year, 3-year, 3-year. So we'll be recouping those funds over 3 years.
We currently have $2,360,333.34 in judgments.
Which this will put us at $3 million and change.
This is correct. This will put us at $3,205,000,000.
And the total value of the account is?
Well, the market value is, current market value is $6,453.07.
It'll be really close to 50% of the market value of the.
Well, but just remember, in June, we'll do the payoffs on 1/3, 1/3, on 1/3 on the existing accounts. And it won't be on this $1 million one, but it would be on all the others that went out on this year's tax roll. So we'd take 1/3 of that money and it'd be deposited back into our defined benefit plan. Should recoup that.
I'm not arguing with Mark. I'm just making
Yeah.
a point for the board because we've bought these judgments many times since I've been on this board since '92. And my only concern is we've never gone over 50% of the plan assets for judgments. I want it, if you put it down in writing, I know it's backed by the good faith of the Oklahoma County. But I
Oh, it's
want-
back, no. It's backed by the good faith of the taxpayers. It goes on the tax rolls.
Mhm.
Myself, I'd love to have 100% judgments. They pay really well. They're incredibly safe. I'd take 100% judgments.
I'm not arguing with you. I just want to make it clear that this board has never gone this high.
Okay,
Okay?
noted.
I want it to be noted that.
Okay,
Is there a cap? Is there a certain amount that we're not allowed to take?
nope, there
Nope.
is not. There is not.
You can take it all.
Take it off. And we, no, never mind. Okay, we have a motion on item number 7. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
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 Nay.
Okay. 1 nay. All right. Number 8.
Good afternoon. This application is for Lynette Bottom. She works in the court clerk's office for 16 years and she qualifies for retirement.
Everything's in order.
Yes, sir.
Move it. Second.
Okay, go ahead. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Item number 9.
This is for someone out of Butch's office, Evelyn Farrell. She's worked there 17 years in your office. She qualifies for retirement.
I move item 9.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Vote please. Whoops. There we go. Number 10.
Now, number 10 will sound very familiar. This is for Mr. Michael Taylor here.
No.
You're gonna have a hard time getting the votes, I'm afraid.
He
Okay, Mr.
qualifies.
Michael Taylor, do I hear a motion? You wanna make the motion?
I'm not sure that I don't need to abstain.
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
Okay. We have, we have a motion and a second to approve the retirement application for Mr. Michael Taylor. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Abstain.
We have whatever number of ayes and 1 abstention. All right. Vote please. In addition to your,
And the last retirement application is for Melvin Ashley. He works for the jail trust for 10 years. He qualifies for retirement.
I'll move it.
Second.
okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Hey, John, I know we joke about not approving it when we don't want someone to leave, but what would happen if we didn't approve it?
Well, they would qualify under the rules of retirement, so that'd be up to the board.
They can still override it at the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay, I just wondered.
Let's have that, I'd like to have my legal answer that question.
Sorry, I didn't mean yes.
All right, I don't recall, under your plan, whether or not this board is actually required to give its approval. I think under the state plan, it's even handled administratively, just by staff. They go through verifying, and they bless you, and eventually you start getting your. But this board loves to do it one by one, so. Butch's favorite thing in the whole world.
Thank you, ma'am. Item number 12, results of the recent special election for the employee seat.
Sure, if
This
you're
is the one that's replacing Karen, right?
correct, her term ends June 30th of 2023. Her 3-year term ends. So this is to temporarily fill that term. With Mr. Ravitz, he won the election, and Karen resigned the board effective 12/30 of this year. So Mr. Ravitz's term should start January 1st.
And it will run until when?
June 30th of 2023.
Okay, so it'll be back then, it'll be back up for, at that point, a 3-year term?
Correct.
Okay, we have the results.
Move to accept.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to accept the selection of Mr. Bob Ravitz. I will go ahead and put in for the record, Jennifer Nat Ashton received 68 votes, Marquita Epps 45, Karen Kent 42, and Bob Ravitz 112.
Correct.
All right. So do we have a motion and a second? All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right. Who is going to talk to this one, John? You going to talk
We're going to have
it?
Bank of Oklahoma speak to this.
right.
This is the board last month changed the stable value fund. This stable value fund has a guaranteed interest, and he's going to go over that with you.
Yes, these are the standard agreements to participate in the stable value fund that is going to be replacing the current BNY stable value fund. If you remember, the reason that we made that replacement is the standard stable asset 2 has a higher crediting rate, 2.45% currently, versus the BNY stable value fund, which is running at about 1.8. And the good thing about the standard stable asset fund is that it does have a guaranteed minimum rate of return of 1%. And so it will never dip below the 1% number. And so there's 2 items up here. There's standard agreements to participate. Any stable value fund is going to have a participation agreement. And if you remember, the reason we have to remove the BNY stable value fund and then the Invesco cash fund is you can't have competing funds inside of the plan. And so anything with a duration less than 3 years would be considered a competing fund. And so all these documents do is allow the 2 plans to participate in the standard stable asset, and then which will allow you to start receiving that higher interest rate after the 12-month windows over on the BNY.
So you going back, and again, I'm going back many, many years. This is to replace stable asset fund, which replaced the GIC one way back into the dark ages.
Mhm.
So this is a guaranteed rate fund.
Yes,
This fund has got a 1% guarantee,
that's the floor. Yes, the minimum is 1%. You're correct.
1% floor,
Yes,
and it has a guaranteed rate. How long is the guaranteed rate for?
it resets quarterly.
Resets quarterly.
Yes.
Okay. So depending on what interest rates you're doing at the time, we'll get an adjustment for our participants. And there's a lot of participants that put money into this while they're
Oh, sure.
waiting for the market to do whatever it's going to do. So
Oh, absolutely.
this is an important, very important plan, part of the plan to our participants. And I want to make sure we don't mess this up.
No, I completely understand. There's quite a bit of money inside of this, especially in the 401A plan. And so as your co-fiduciary, we have to keep the participants' best interests in mind. And we've had a lot of success with the standard stable asset fund. And on average, it runs about 70 basis points more in earnings than the current BNY Stable Value Fund.
Okay, and what's the assets that are behind this fund?
The assets behind the fund,
Yeah, what's this fund invested in?
what is it invested in?
Yeah, what's it?
Oh,
Gary, is it bonds, is it corporate bonds, US government bonds?
it's all short term. I'd have to get the breakdown, but I can provide the breakdown.
Just in general?
Yes.
Ask in general.
It's going to be very similarly invested to what this current BNY Stable Value Fund is invested in. Our analyst team ran a comparison, and the risk characteristics are almost identical to the current one. You just there's just a higher rate of return on the fund.
Any other questions? Item number 13, do I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, sir, item number 14 pertains to the Oklahoma County 457 plan. Is there anything different from what you just told us? Okay,
There's not.
so this is identical to the 401 Alpha.
Yes, that's correct.
Any other questions?
Move to approve.
Okay,
Second.
got a motion and a second to approve. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody wants to vote no? Okay, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, are there any citizens who would like to participate? Hearing none. Board comments. Dan?
Like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and introduce my lovely granddaughter Samantha
Hi, Samantha.
on the front row.
Boy, oh boy, I like that suitcase you carry around too. You keep all your money in there, don't you?
And the headphones. Nope, I'm good.
Carrie?
Nope.
I think I'll just echo, we're going to come back to you. So anyway, I think I'll just echo a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a good year. Even better years lie ahead. Keith?
I'll see you all next year. We'll hope for a good holiday and hope to see you all next year.
Anna?
Be safe and don't drive while you're not sober.
Bartlesville?
Everyone have a great Christmas and farewell to Mr. Taylor and good luck in your new adventure. We're gonna miss you.
Well, thank you.
Now, Mr. Taylor.
Well, just the other day, someone asked what I was going to go up and do. I'm going to start writing poetry. And I was going to work in my garden until I saw the temperature forecast for the rest of the week. So ironically, I'll just start my new job next month and start paying taxes again. Thank you.
Well, you have been a great addition to this county in your work on several different positions, most recently as chief deputy for the county commissioner Mon. So congratulations, Godspeed, and we know you will be incredibly successful on your next job early January. Okay, thank you. Anybody else have a comment? If not,
To adjourn.
second? All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned.